Okay.
I'm no use to anyone here.
Alrighty. So I don't think walls in the mine works.
I mean, at least if everyone knows it now, they won't waste their points in it.
Oh, his computer's still locked. Oh, the new one is at the back of my workbook?
What?
Whose message is that?
What was it?
It's saying the computer's code has been changed. New one's at the back of a workbook. But...
Hmm.
I don't know who left the note and where the notebook is.
It says you can observe the monitor.
Yeah, but there's not a workbook up there.
Well,
Security has been increased to the maximum. I've never seen anything like it.
Oh, here it is.
In order.
$4965.
Now's not the time for mistakes.
And Edison. Wasn't able to decrypt it. Want to know everything about it. Okay.
to me. So who's this to? Caius?
From to Caius. Code red. Okay, there wasn't nothing any particularly didn't already know there. I guess I have to keep walking. Like, why can't I just go to Barrel now?
Well, if you run out of time, you're probably gonna...
Am I timed? Go take a shower, take a quick nap, see if it's like he ran out of time. I mean, my guess is just Barrel won't be there or something.
Caleb, our secret agent is back already.
Hey, lesbian McFat.
I don't trust her.
Not for long.
Do you like my name for her though, lesbian McFat? No?
At least she trusts you. She hardly speaks to her primogen. Even
She's always
Beryl
bitching.
is in the dark.
She's not used to that. It'll be good for him.
I don't need to tell her nothing.
Are you still not talking?
You could say that.
Any regrets?
I'd rather not talk about it.
I understand. Personally, I find that giving a child so much power is dangerous. The problem is that you have to watch them all the time, otherwise they end up making a mess of things.
Yeah.
But trying to influence them is pointless.
You must be subtle about it, that's all. I give Mem just enough freedom so that she doesn't completely hate me. But I know exactly how to make her do whatever I want. Do you really think you'll have time to embrace Fang?
What do you mean?
Well, with all the elders gone, who knows who'll be next?
That's not something I'm willing to discuss with you.
Suit yourself.
Every time anybody sees him, they're like, "Hey, old man!"
Of course.
No wonder it's not any good. It's all dried and it's all old and dried out like that man over there.
He's like that old man. Throw it in the garbage. Where it belongs.
It's locked from the inside.
Was that his room?
No, that's down the psychiatrist.
Yeah.
Locked?
Yeah, his is locked,
That
so
must be out.
he's just not
I'll
there.
have to talk to him another time.
So is hers.
I guess it's kind of like Frasier. How he has oh.
I've seen princes come and go.
Is that
In the
Hazel?
end, it always
No,
comes
it looks
down
like
to a struggle
Victoria.
for power between the prince and their primogen. Hazel is
Yeah.
strong, but will she last?
Victoria?
much longer?
Is she part of the
Caleb,
London?
I was wondering when I'd run into you.
I think so.
What
I
is
think
the
she's a
purpose?
foreigner.
I didn't know you had decided to walk among us.
I'm always
Across
where you'd
town.
least expect me.
Yeah.
It feels like I've been away for ages. Boston has changed so much. The only thing that hasn't changed is your steadfast presence at court.
Is that a problem?
You know it's not. I'm just surprised, that's all.
Yeah, she's gonna say
There's
he's
a
getting
whole
old
world
too.
outside this city. You
I think
know?
she's older.
Oh, yeah.
I've had my fill of adventure. I'm not interested in that anymore.
You're so boring. The world
Okay.
has changed so much since you last ventured out, Caleb. Then again, it's almost reassuring to find you unchanged. Iverson is lucky she can count on your loyalty.
Adventure Brothers.
You're a valuable resource, Caleb, especially in times like these.
I'm only doing my duty.
Ever the cheerful one.
The beckoning, that's what they're talking about?
Yeah.
So many elders are gone, and yet, here you are. How is it possible?
Because I want to. That's all. I enjoy my existence.
Whoops.
Why give it up?
But you must also feel that force. The insistent calling, night after night.
Yes, but unlike so many others, I have a reason to resist. Don't you?
I still have some ties that keep me here. I won't leave without having one more child.
You're sure taking your time.
I'm waiting for the prince's blessing. It shouldn't be long now. Fang will be embraced soon.
Fang! Oh yes, I see. She seems charming, spirited even. You have a knack for finding true gems. I remember your sire, Jean-Baptiste Tavernier, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct.
I didn't see him at court. I remember he was very popular back in the day.
He left with all the others.
Oh. I know the two of you were very close. His absence must have left quite the void.
The first few years were hard. I had a lot of respect for the man. His departure was like a betrayal to me. He left me alone, in charge of a city without a prince, surrounded by neonates. It was unfair.
I understand. You deserve better than that.
Not just me. The whole court fell apart when the Ancilli disappeared one by one. Building it back up was an ordeal.
But you did it, and you should be proud of what you've accomplished.
Pride is for the ambitious. I'm just doing my duty.
As always.
You seem to have met Feng.
We had the chance to talk last night. She was pacing the floor while you were gone.
I told her to keep quiet.
And she did. She's a smart young woman of great consequence. You shouldn't treat her like a child.
The court is full of predators. Feng is easy prey in the eyes of many.
She's more resourceful than you think.
Not against kindred this old.
Ugh. Oh, Caleb, please. Is it her pretty face that's got you acting like a knight in shining armor?
I'm just trying to protect her.
That's what I'm saying. I've had my share of protective followers too. Men who thought they could use their power to protect my delicate nature. I've survived longer than them all.
I'm not overprotective of her, if that's what you mean.
That's not the impression you give off. I hope you're able to find a balance, or you'll both suffer.
You don't seem to be hurt. I take it you weren't at the party last night.
Heavens no! I was in your prince's personal suite. We hadn't even left yet when the Code Red was initiated.
Good timing.
Good timing indeed. When I think that the Second Inquisition's butchers were lying in wait, I'd shiver. If I could.
I hadn't heard you were coming to Boston.
Indeed. I wouldn't be stuck in this tower if I hadn't gotten wind of your arrangement with Hartford.
Well, isn't that a shame?
It's not been a complete waste. I met your prince, and I got to see a few old friends. I just hope it's not at the cost of my unlife.
My obligations to Hazel kept me away from the court last night. Did I miss anything important?
No, nothing much. I ran into Burrell. He was with your charming little protege.
I don't like the sound of that. Did you hear their conversation?
That would have been very impolite of me.
You've met Beryl. You and I both know he's as slippery as an eel. But Fang hasn't experienced it yet.
You hold your firstborn in particular esteem.
Beryl is who he is. And I'd like to keep Fang far away from his poison. So I'll ask you again. Did you hear their conversation?
You're playing on my heartstrings. Yes, I did overhear bits and pieces of their conversation. Burrell paid extra special attention to your apprentice. She seemed troubled.
I see. The snake.
I didn't realize he was so toxic, even with regard to his own bloodline. You better keep a close eye on that one.
I will. Thank you for the information.
You're welcome.
Good evening.
Goodbye, Caleb.
A peace agreement that put an end to a bloody revolt. Ancilla against neonates. Camarilla against anarchs. Caius isn't the only one who's curious about Jara.
What a nightmare. It's chaos here.
Shit. How do you spell that? Now she's sending you.
Run into some trouble with the prince?
That's a question to ask Hazel. She's the one who doesn't know what she wants.
Did she ask you to do something?
She summoned me like a servant. I know she doesn't trust me, even though I don't understand why. She's gone all paranoid Ice Queen, and there's no way I'm gonna let it cost me my head. I don't know how you still put up with her.
You owe your place in the Primogen to her.
What, you think I don't know that? I've always done my best to keep her from screwing things up. But when she reached out to Hartford... After what happened last night, I'm not sure you realize just how deep the shit we are in goes.
And I suppose you have the solution?
Maybe. Not that I'm happy about it. There's interesting stuff going on in other places. Boston's not the center of the universe.
We don't know who can be trusted. This is no time to leave. If the prince has kept you in the dark, she must have had a good reason for it. Just look at what happened.
Open your eyes, Caleb! The Boston Camarilla is crumbling before our eyes! What are the odds we survive?
Hazel has things under control. We'll get through this.
I have a hard time believing that. We have to prepare for the worst.
This kind of talk is beneath you.
You know what it's like! To feel called to be elsewhere.
That has nothing to do with this. Salem isn't elsewhere. You won't be any safer there.
It's just a starting point. We thaumaturgs will find a way to deal with it.
I see that you've planned for everything.
I've already lost too much time. You shouldn't waste your time either.
If you leave, Hazel will catch up with you.
What do you mean?
You know, she doesn't like people who have been disloyal, especially now.
Hazel doesn't need new enemies. She should be wary.
Be careful.
Goodbye, Caleb.
I know you're there. Show yourself.
Azori.
Dench, what are you doing here? You'd disappeared.
A slight setback, but it's been sorted out.
It's been years. We thought we'd never see you here in Boston again. Or anywhere, for that matter.
Some warlocks thought they could hold me prisoner. Keeping me tied down has never been an easy task.
You stirring up trouble as usual?
No. How long has it been since we last met?
I was hunting one of the clanless.
That's right. The young Lisa Blake. But I got there first.
She had crucial information that could have saved several of our informants.
Nothing but kine.
Precious assets.
Leaving her to you could have cost much more.
Not the Boston Camarilla.
Boston isn't the center of the universe. There are bigger things in play, beyond your comprehension. But you never understood that.
There's no point dwelling on the past.
Does that bother you? Would you rather talk about the future? From what I've gleaned, the situation is far from ideal, what with the SI breathing down your necks.
Aren't we well informed?
It's all anyone here is talking about. You've reached the brink, and you cower on the edge like so many cattle.
And I dare say you'd be going about things differently if you were in charge.
If I were you, there are a lot of things I'd do differently.
That would be for me to decide. You showing up here, now, means there's likely a twisted ulterior motive. And that is what worries me, especially given the context.
I was going to see Jara. That's all. No, there's no ill will here.
Jara? What do you want with her?
It's none of your business. I've said too much. This court is pitiful. A bunch of children who can't see past their noses. A storm is coming, and you don't deserve to survive it.
Do you think you're so different? You won't make it out alive either.
What are you talking about?
You must feel it too. As if your entire body was pulling you towards another place.
I thought the pulling was the lingering effects of the Tremere.
It's not going to get any easier. The eldest among us end up departing. Personally, I'm not going anywhere until my job is done.
You can sleep easy. This time I'm not here to interfere with your plans, nor with those of your prince. Farewell.
Kurt Dench. I never thought I'd see him again. If he was looking for something here, then maybe Caius was right. Jara Drory was hiding something from us. Jara has always been wary of new technology.
There you go.
Where is Feng?
Is there a problem, Mr. Missouri?
Meet me there.
Of course.
I don't like it.
Jara always was old-fashioned. Whatever's in this box must be important. Jara was conducting her own investigation. There is no way Caius would be expecting that. It appears Caius was wrong. He and Jara may have been looking for the same individual. That should take less than a minute. I hope Caius will be able to use what's on this thumb drive. I think that's everything. Now it's Caius's turn.
This is the first time we've worked together. I'm big on discipline. Hello, Mr. Bizori.
Has anyone left this room recently?
Nobody's gone through that door except you. Mr. Leto asked me to wait until you were done. He also told me you'd have something for me.
Here it is. Give it to him, and him alone.
And don't ask any questions. I get it. Are you done here?
You may proceed.
Thanks.
I hope Caius knows what he's doing. Hazel is probably ready to see me now. I won't make her wait.
Sorry, Mr. Bizori. Miss Drory's quarters are off limits.
What's going on here?
Mr. Leto's orders. We've got to clean up.
Dr. Prince is ready to see you now.
Great.
Caleb.
My prince.
We were expecting you.
I need to inform you about a rather surprising incident.
Do speak.
Kurt Dench was here.
Dench? He's still here?
He left. He didn't seem to appreciate the fact that I found him here.
It was a mistake to let him leave. The last thing we need is a psychopath poking around in our affairs. Especially now. Delson, send someone to make sure Dench is gone. With discretion.
Consider it done.
Do you have any idea what he was doing?
He was looking for Jara Drury.
Jara? Why?
I have no idea. He wasn't very forthcoming when I asked him about it.
And you let him leave anyway? I hope we don't pay dearly for your mistake. We need to investigate. I want answers, not questions.
Shall I look into it?
No, you had your chance. I have other plans for you. Something more in line with your talents.
How may I be of service to you this time?
One thing at a time. I thought about what happened yesterday. Whoever went after Moore was clearly trying to ruin us. We managed to avoid disaster thanks to you. Thank you.
Unfortunately, Moore won't be of much use to us.
We're going to get rid of him.
He's already lost a lot in this affair. Perhaps we could find another use for him.
No, he's been compromised. I won't change my mind. You're going soft, Caleb. But it's not Moore I'm worried about.
I understand.
Only the Hartford Chantry was aware of our relationship with him. And it's clear the attack didn't come from them.
Then who?
I've suspected as much for a while now. You must feel it too. Someone in the Camarilla is working against us.
A traitor.
It appears so.
Who would dare to do that?
You must have some thoughts about it.
What about now? Okay. Stupid thing. I might have to get a new one. I think it's starting to mess up because she keeps grabbing the stem.
Yeah.
I don't know how long it wasn't working for.
Do you have a name?
I'd like to be able to tell you more, but unfortunately I don't.
Nope.
I'm going to find the culprit. It's my top priority.
I'll have their head.
I wouldn't expect anything less of you, Caleb. Failure is a luxury we will soon be unable to afford. If you have nothing more to say, we can move on to the reason I sent for you.
I don't remember what was in the files.
What did you think about Richard Dunham's file?
What file?
Money that should be going to me seems to go missing whenever he touches it. Richard is far too important to me. I can't afford to upset him now. But if his research doesn't pay off soon, I won't hesitate to show him my disappointment.
Did you read Jara Drury's file?
I wish I'd never seen it.
There's too much I despise in it.
She never mentioned she was monitoring the Primogen's finances. Or this Catapotis. What on earth is it?
I've got no idea.
It doesn't add up. It seemed important to her.
That must be that person she was talking to, I'm guessing.
To shed any light on it.
I'm listening.
I've asked for your presence here because I have a new mission for you. Delson
I
was
doubt
able
it.
to track down the men who attacked us.
It wasn't easy, but it was impossible for them to disappear without leaving a trace after what they did yesterday.
Where are they hiding?
Long Island.
Yes, of course. An abandoned facility just off the coast. An old fort. It's the ideal place for a secret base.
And certainly much more. Who knows what they're up to out there?
How is it we didn't notice a thing?
They have abundant resources, and we're short on eyes.
It doesn't matter. We'll find the people responsible for the situation later. Our most pressing issue is preventing them from striking us again.
How?
You're going to go there and kill their leader.
Oh, okay.
Where you going?
Go to the Inquisition and kill him.
Kill who?
The leader?
As I've said before, you can count on me.
Good. That's what I was hoping you'd say. When the time comes, I won't forget to reward those who've been loyal to me.
I won't let you down. What's the plan?
They evacuated the bodies from the site of the party, which is how we were able to pick up their trail.
There's a small, nondescript warehouse at Jeffrey's Point. As far as we can tell, their transfers from Boston to Long Island are made by boat. To avoid drawing attention to themselves, they've chosen to employ only small craft. There are bodies packed in the warehouse waiting to be shipped over. Do you get the picture?
You want me to disguise myself as a body to be evacuated?
Exactly.
Seems risky.
All you have to do is stop simulating your vital functions for a few hours.
It's risky.
It's risky, but it's now or never. We might never get another opportunity. We have to try.
The last transfer is probably going to take place tonight. After that, there's no way of knowing when we'll get another chance.
Are you charged it?
Yeah.
I need to know the details.
Let us worry about getting you into the warehouse. We've made all the preparations. You won't have to worry about a thing until you get to Long Island.
We know where they are. Why go through their warehouse?
Charging into Long Island blind would be far too risky.
And with a traitor in our midst, I'd rather keep this to a small circle of trusted people, to avoid any other unpleasant surprises.
And after that?
Once you're on the island, you'll be in uncharted territory. You'll be on your own.
Who is my target?
Walter Stanford.
He's the head of the Boston Task Force. He's part of what they call the Society of Leopold.
Someone else will take his place.
No need for you to worry about that for the time being. Your mission is to eliminate Stanford, and that's all.
What's the Vatican getting out of all this?
Your guess is as good as mine. But it seems that the kind are trying to get a better understanding of us in order to hunt us more effectively. These priests have been our enemies for ages. They have knowledge.
Putting an end to them is crucial. We must keep our enemies from unifying their strength.
Okay.
What do we know about this Stanford?
Not much. They're very careful. He was sent from the Vatican, and he brought other fanatics with him. If he's here, it means that Rome has faith in him, and that can't be good for us.
He's got to be taken out.
Aren't you worried someone will tip off the SI? There's still a traitor among us.
The traitors, my department. You need to strike quickly, and don't let anyone know of your plans. We can't take the slightest risk.
Okay.
All right. I've heard enough.
Very well. Then you should get going. We've already lost enough time.
Very well.
My prince.
Very well.
Anyway.
Very well. Well, very. You could have decided to confront your child and Beryl Underwood about his... You could have decided to confront your child, Beryl Underwood, about his inappropriate interest in Zhu Fang. Compassionate, 10% success in psychology ties, minus 10% at rhetoric ties. 140 experience. Well, if I hadn't let Kurt Dinch go from the Tremere, I wouldn't have found him.
Yeah, that's what
Though he seems, Okay, so it is not in order, because I did hers last, so it's just always the same order of things, I suppose. She didn't get very much experience.
55? Yeah. That Markiplier. One is the hotel.
Hotel? Yeah, everybody died. Whoops.
Walking like a boss.
I'm guessing you tipped Bazori off to the traitor?
Whoops.
Yes.
Any news?
Nothing since Richard's report. My city is in danger. Everything I've built, all the dreams I've invested. That Judas is a threat to everything.
Not for long. You'll bounce back.
Yes. But you're not making it easy for me. Kurt Dench. Caleb just told me he saw him skulking about the premises.
Who?
The Nosferatu you freed last night. He's a former spy, British, an ancient foe. Your incompetence has once again muddied our waters.
Whoops.
As if annihilating the Chantry wasn't already enough.
Ugh, for the last time. It wasn't my fault.
You did free Dench, didn't you?
Yeah, but I couldn't have known that he'd freak out like that. I didn't even know who he was.
And just what did you expect? That he'd thank you and politely be on his way?
Yeah, kinda.
That's enough brooding. That's not why I brought you here. I have a new favor to ask of you.
What a surprise.
About what I told you earlier concerning Delson and Long Island. I've got a plan.
Oh, I know that look. Hazel.
This is the best moment to strike.
That sounds like the definition of rushing into things.
Yes, but we have no choice. Delson?
We need to blind them from the inside. They know too much about it. We have to change that. For that, we need someone to hit them with a surprise attack from within their compound.
I wish that person luck.
It's you.
That's way out of my league.
Hazel's not asking for your opinion. You're in no position to negotiate, not after the Hartford fiasco. You should be grateful you're getting a second chance to prove your worth.
It's your chance to prove to the court once and for all that you deserve a place on the council, MM. After this, you'll be untouchable.
I sure hope so. All right. How do I get on this island? By boat?
I doubt it. Coastline's under surveillance.
So I swim across. All right. What then?
Kaya's wrote a program that can help us. If you can upload it into their system, it'll corrupt all the data they've got in their database. Their systems, the archives, it'll all be lost.
Allowing us to cover our tracks.
It's our best shot at making it through this. You'll just have to insert it into a computer that's on their network. That's absolutely essential. Any questions?
So, let me get this straight. You want me to infiltrate the enemy base alone? The same enemies who just slaughtered half the camp.
Quit whining. You can have help.
Oh, really?
Your task will not be easy. You'll need a diversion while you sabotage their system. A raid near their base, for example.
That could work. Who will you send?
I refuse to sacrifice any more of our people. So we might as well send in the riffraff.
And Bloods.
The Anarchs could do the job.
Anarchs.
Come again?
You heard me. I want you to go see them and convince them to go with you to Long Island.
You're trying to thin their herd.
I'm balancing the scales, that's all.
They can't stand us. They'll never agree to fight for us. Let alone on their own without us.
They don't have to know they'll be alone. Lead them to believe our forces will join up with them. The SI is a threat to the entire
But that's
city.
lying.
They're just as concerned as we are.
But that's lying.
Right then. Let's say I agree.
You don't have a choice, but I'll humor you.
How am I supposed to go about it? I can't just go chasing down every Anarch I know to ask for their help.
There's only one Anarch that counts. Their Baron.
Randall Thane?
That's right. He's in charge of the various Anarch gangs in the region. I don't know where he is right now. You'll need to use your network.
I've got an idea of who I can ask. What can I use as leverage if they try to negotiate?
Money, favors. Offer them whatever seems useful.
All right.
One more thing. Don't tell anyone about your task, not even your sire. I don't want the council poking their noses into this. That will be all. I'm counting on you, MM. Be careful, and good luck.
I'm gonna need it.
Okay.
There you are. I'm sorry I wasn't here to meet you when you got back. I was busy.
Sorry, babe, you're a little late. Hazel's sending me back out there. I can't hang around.
Babe.
What's wrong with you?
You haven't spoken to me like that since our breakup. I'm just a little surprised.
What are you talking about? We never...
Because I never got all the memories, I guess.
It's been 30 years, Amem.
What? I don't remember.
Come on. I get the feeling we need to clear up a few things.
Yeah.
Come on. Tell me what's going on.
The Warlocks. I knew their library would leave a mark. They fucked with my head.
So, if I understand right, you have no memory of our breakup.
No. None whatsoever. I don't understand how it's even possible.
The Tremere.
Yeah, the Tremere. There's no doubt about it. But how? And why? If only I could have spoken to them.
There's a reason the Warlocks have a bad reputation.
And you said it's been 30 years?
More or less.
That seems like forever. And then again, the blink of an eye for us.
Believe me, it's been a long 30 years.
I'm sorry, I've gotta go. I need to take some time to process all of this. The prince is sending me out on another task. I can't screw up.
What kind of task?
I'm sorry, but I can't talk about it. Hazel made that exceedingly clear. If she thinks things are better like that, I believe her.
For God's sake, Amem, I'm your sire. You should trust me, not that snake in the grass.
Personally, I've never had anything bad to say about Hazel.
Unlike me. Is that it? You'd be singing a different tune if you knew what I know.
If I knew what?
Nothing. You wouldn't believe me anyways.
Oh, come on. Don't be like that. I'm sorry. You're right, you're my sire, I should believe you. And I do. We good? Would you tell me what you know? Please.
Seriously, you don't think you're laying it on a little too thick?
Not at all.
You can be such a pain sometimes. Hazel's a smart woman. She knows what she needs to do to get what she wants. And she wants you.
That's going too far.
You think it's an honor, but you should really be worried. Hazel never does anything she's not sure she'll benefit from, which means she's got ways to make you bend to her will. She's careful to hide her secrets from you, safe behind her herald. Tonight could be your last chance to discover them. Very well, let's move on. You're right. You should go get some rest, and do think over what we've discussed. Promise me you'll be careful.
I'll try.
What was the choice? I don't know. Man.
What a night.
Walter Stanford.
Do you think we have time to just laze around? You need to be fast.
I'd better hurry.
Speed. Keep what's important.
Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Miss Bosley.
You're a good kid, Lazarus. I need a drink. Now, shake up.
No, it's just supposed to leave? What am I?
I should go. Hazel gave me orders. Not just yet.
Yes, if it's a free choice, let's go see if we can find anything.
I wish they had kept her first out.
A direct route to the prince's apartments. April plays the guard dog.
Oh, instead I'm going to be wearing,
Swan's
I don't know, whatever this biker
it's worth
outfit
it.
is. Dijon mustard, you know the high regard I have and advice, blah blah blah. Par for Chancery's our best option. Okay, we already kind of knew about that. Club business cards.
I didn't know Hazel was into music.
Takaski. Is there anything I'm supposed to note from this? Bed, A. BDAC? Is that a note for something?
Is that the Swansong?
Oh. We do a psychometry. Is that her? I think it's just Hazel playing it.
Oh.
But she's wearing like a bathrobe or something. I guess she just likes music. Okay. Confidential, my prince. I have passed you requests for more information about Mr. Underwood on to Jason Moore. Hides his financial transactions. It would be very easy for him to bypass your authority if he felt like it. Caius Leto. Is it the same file? Yeah. Observe a detail,
There are
examine.
faint marks on the wall.
Use key. It's one of those spinny walls.
I've always found swans very moving. They're beautiful, but full of melancholy. It's a nice symbol. I get the feeling something's missing.
Oh shit, who's that?
It's Miley?
Oh, you got her out.
I guess I got the right person.
Hazel had another child before Miley? Shit. I had no idea. Seeing as how it ended, I'm not really surprised.
1991, destruction of Erlance Cardiel. So she had a child that she had killed for some reason or another.
I understand better now why Dijon never mentioned his sire. Hazel's always one step ahead.
He is a child of Marie de Rocher. Sentenced to final death, left, met Dijon Mustard, embraced him at a voodoo ritual. However, if Deneb Osborne learned what news about Mr. Siaka is would undoubtedly be threatened. Okay. Oh, there's a little swan. That must be the thing for the statue. That's her tub. Makeup, hair dryer.
Man? Miley. That you?
Yeah. What are you doing here?
Well, we know we got the right person. No, Rhetoric's a lot better chance there. Let me open up my inventory. Let's see, do I have that on? I think I do. Success. Okay.
Shh. It's not important. How are you doing? I heard you almost didn't make it. I didn't think it was that serious. How are you holding up?
They destroyed my face. I have a hard time talking.
It's okay. It's okay. The bastards. Who the hell did this to you?
Incendiary bullet. Caught fire in seconds. My skin peeled off. My eye melted.
Okay, I think I get it. Ugh. You're gonna be alright, you hear? You're a fighter.
I won't tell Hazel. But you have to leave. She doesn't like visitors.
It'll only take me a sec.
Oh, so we know we got the right person at least. And she got all burned it up. Alright, so I got the swan. What about this thing?
Is that what the letters have to do with on the
I think so, but
music sheet?
I don't seem to be able to do anything with it. Alright, miniature swan. Oh. Key. That's probably for this.
I wonder if...
Bed. A. C. Is that not right?
Yeah.
There are faint marks on the wall.
Look back and look at the sheet. Inspect.
BF.
Oh, it's okay. It's BFDAC. I just read it wrong the first time. BFDAC.
That noise.
Yep.
Something moved. So Hazel has her eye on my clubs. Ugh, politics. Always politics. What's her game? Is this how she thanks her allies?
Few of my capsules have brought an opportunity to strengthen the hold of Boston's nightlife. By the way, the acquisition of a number of venues. The venues have to be currently owned by Mem Lewis.
That explains why Hazel's holding off on Fang's embrace. Underwood. What a creep.
Heard that you fear for the departure of my sire, Caleb Basri.
Oh.
Cyrus is infatuated with a young woman. He wants to embrace her. Garcia only embrace her when he's given permission. That's why I suggest you use some excuse.
Oh.
Ask for more time. Postpone it. Ignore.
Bazori is a loyal dog, and Hazel's got him on a short leash.
Evaluation by Jara. Performing every task without batting an eye. He's a consummate tool for doing dirty work, cold and efficient. Won't tell you how many thin bloods, anarchs, or distance he has faced and defeated. Keeping Gileb as close to you as possible seems the wisest thing to do. His loyalty was not Quentin King, but to the role of Prince. Today, that is you. Okay.
Hazel said there was an accident, but it was actually an execution. If Leisha were to find out...
Oh. Huh.
I carried out your orders last night. Halsey is no more, so you will fortunately experience less fear of new incidents. I have already made arrangements at the Institute for Leisha, because I am certain that she'll be shocked and she'll become unwell. I understand your reasons with all due respect. I must warn you that Halsey's disappearance will not necessarily result in increased potential for Leisha to have visions. I will tell Leisha that there's been an unfortunate accident, and if required, I will manipulate her memories to avoid the worst. Oh.
So what happened? Because Halsey is still there.
Well, she's not. So, like we said, she's not there. But she did exist at one point, and Hazel had her killed, and then that's why she doesn't remember anything. Is because Dunham fucked with her memories so that she wouldn't remember that she's dead. So it's like a mind. It's a mind fuck. She's dead. Halsey, so she's not real now, but she was at one point.
The way it says it though,
Hazel said there was an accident.
No
but
more.
It was actually
of
an
a
execution.
Mental
if
issue.
Leisha were to find out,
it sounds like he tried to make it where she didn't see her.
Maybe
that explains why Hazel's whole Bazori is a.
Well, either way, she's good. She's doing some
got him on a short leash.
Underhanded stuff.
Yeah, so she wants to take Mem's businesses.
Yeah, and she's keeping Caleb's lady from being a vampire so that he keeps trying to prove he's worth
What
it.
does Beryl have to do with Zoo?
I think he's just fucking with him because he's mad about him abandoning him.
Oh.
I should go. It's gonna be a long night. First, the Anarchs. But I have to find them first.
Are you gonna go to Leisha? Oh. You could have discovered that Beryl Underwood and Caleb School-Shoefang were up to something. You could have discovered a secret about your sire, Hilda McAndrews. Oh well, I missed some stuff. Alright, so we'll come back to this later.